So hey everyone, I am on the Northwest River Trail near Columbia, PA today. This was the old PRR here, and this is the tunnel that it went through. And I'm gonna pan around. This is a rail trail now, or a biking and hiking trail, which is quite beautiful. But if I pan around, I'll show you. If you see this pole right here in the front with the sign on it, that was the way to get into the old PRR yard. And this is, of course, up here is the new tracks that go into, well, it goes straight through Columbia. But what I'm going to do is walk up the trail here and show you the remains of what was the old PRR yard, and this is where they came in, and we'll see what's left there. There's quite a few things left in the yard, so we're going to walk up the trail this way and I will show you what's left. So right here, I'm thinking this is where the yard stopped, and it would have continued on and tied in to the main line in that direction. And where I showed you in the first video, that's where it would have tied in. But right here is where it stops, and that would have been part of the Columbia yard. Okay, so we're gonna keep walking down the trail here, and I did spy with my little eye a cat pole that was part of this line. Of course, it's not in use, obviously, anymore, but it's really not too far from where that yard ended, and you can see right there is the catenary pole, and there it is. So not far at all, really. And I'll just zoom out so you can see the full shot. But really, really cool. I bet you there's possibly some artifacts in through there. Definitely. So just a few more steps, and I noticed the old track still in here. You can see the condition it's in. Obviously they don't use it, but it's pretty cool that you can still see remnants of what was the Columbia yard at that time. Pretty cool. And it's in the weeds for sure. So just a few more steps and another catenary pole. There you go, right through the trees. You know, as I'm walking and seeing all this history here that's still around, I keep thinking and wondering, you know, I have a builder's plate to an old GG1, and I just wonder if it was here at one time, and if the plate actually went through on this line. It very well could have. That'd be really, really cool. I just think that's a neat part of history that should be preserved. And here's another catenary pole, still up, and it has the cap on it. They all still have their caps on, which is really cool. I'd love to get my hands on a cap to one of these old catenary poles. That'd be so cool. So this is a cool shot, guys, because you can see both catenary poles, and you can see how wide it is between the two poles. And that gives you an idea of how many tracks were here. But this pole is right here off the trail. I could just go and touch it if there wasn't so much brush around right now. I don't feel like getting poison ivy. And here's the cable that goes right up to the top. But very, very cool to see them both together like that. So here we have a clearing where you can see the old part of the yard here, the old tracks that are in, and it looks like they're storing rail. so you can see how big the yard was. So I'm going to go this way. There you go. Looks like there's something on the tracks there now. Some kind of maintenance car. And get out this way and show you. There's pieces of metal there and ties, and it looks like there's a concrete structure on the other side of the tracks. I'm not sure what that was used for. I know back in the day they stored a lot of coal here. Coal trains came through here a lot. They didn't actually store coal, but they would park the coal trains excess that they would have. Pretty cool, guys. And the rest of it that way is all in the weeds, pretty much. And that's what's left of it. So here I'm standing under the highway bridge, and here are the tracks I've been following, the yard tracks, and they went from weeds to looking pretty nice. But what I'm also interested in is what's behind these tracks. Just like dilapidated, falling apart in the yard there is an old PRR shipping container. This thing is ancient. It looks amazing. That is so cool. And I'm gonna make a cool picture too. I think I'll have to take a few pics of it, but some interesting things to see if you just take the time to stop and look. So walking further along the yard here on the trail, and there's an old X29 boxcar right there in the yard. It's actually been there for quite a long time. Really cool though. It's just sitting there rotting away though. So guys, this concludes my little tour of the old Columbia yard. They still do use a few of the tracks here and there, but for the most part, it's not really used anymore like it was in the past. This is the fencing that they have up along the trail. If you just walk a little bit further that way, Columbia is literally right down the street here, the town. So I'm gonna start heading back the other direction. But just wanted to show this to you guys today and just record a little piece of history. Marietta and Columbia are just full of it, chock full of it. So yeah, sorry about the fence. Can't get a real clear picture of the yard, but that's for the safety of everyone on the trail. But I hope you enjoyed this little walk into history with me, and you guys have a great day.